Good morning, everybody. It is Bill Provost with Franklin Loan Center. As always, talking with you about a little real estate stuff. My headline here today says sell everything and rent. If you know me at all, you know how ridiculous I think that idea is. But I'm bringing it up again today because there were actually two sort of news articles, if you will, that sort of talked about that today. One came from a contributing writer on CNBC, Diana Olick. She put out a letter this morning, by the way. Hello, Madison Gale. But she put out an article this morning on CNBC. You can find it on the homepage at cnbc.com, talking about how, oh my gosh, it's a terrible time to buy, you should rent, all this stuff, and even go so far as to essentially insinuate that you should sell what you have and get into the rental market. So, and then there's another article, if you will, or a daily blog that I watch on by Barry Habib on Mortgagebacked securities. He's at MBSHighway, and he is not a fan of Diana Olick, and I am not a fan of this article from Diana Olick, but it also makes the point that, wait a second, what are you talking about? So let me just sort of just give you my general sense on this, right? Real estate, and you've all heard me say this before, but real estate is meant to be a long-term investment, right? Where real estate really starts to pay off is when you work so long at it that you pay off your mortgage. It takes care of you in your retirement. If you can do that with 2 or 3 houses over working into your retirement, you are set, right? I mean, you're gonna have one place that you live for taxes and insurance, which you could probably pay for Social Security, assuming that's still around. And then 2 more that take care of your cash flow. If you don't save a single dime, you're gonna be fine with that, right? So really just, oh my gosh, it makes me crazy when people talk about, I'm gonna sell my real estate, and then because it's high, and this makes sense on the surface, buy high, sell low, that makes sense. That's good with stocks if you're really sophisticated and you understand that, but it doesn't take into account the leverage that you have with your mortgage, right? And the real power of real estate and your real estate investment is about the mortgage being paid off and being taken care of over time. It is not about the value of the property. I mean, and I don't say that everybody should do this, but literally one of my big dreams is having 3 houses that I have paid off in my retirement and never sell those, right? I mean, just pass those down to the kids and then teach them the same mentality, and then they can set up their kids the same way, right? So this whole, please in the comments below, challenge me on this if you've got something to say about it. I'd love to hear how you think about this otherwise, and let's put some numbers to it. But I feel amazingly strongly that it is not a time to sell your real estate right now. You should hang on to it. In fact, I'm even more on the, if you buy and stay long-term and ride it out, you will be in very good shape. So I think just keep an eye on it. Hey, by the way, hey, Mike Rangel, thanks for checking in. And just ride it out long-term. Now, if you're a short-term hold, and that can mean, there can be a lot of reasons for that, right? Maybe you're in a corporate world and you get moved around. That's a different story, right? I mean, if you have say less than 5-year window to own your real estate, and you're going to be, have to sell it because you're moving or relocation or whatever it may be, that makes sense to me. But just the notion of bailing out right now so you can time the market when to get in, I want to know when you plan on getting back in. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents on this. Would love to, again, please feel free to chime in the comments or even just give me a call. I would love to hear if you see this differently or if you see it the same. And because remember, real estate's about the security, not about the equity play, right? Again, unless you're a trader, which I don't believe you can really pull off. So again, it's Bill with Franklin Loan Center. Please do comment, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.